And here we go. I know you guys can't see us because it's nighttime and there's no moon out.
And we're going to say good morning to you anyways.
Good morning, guys. It's actually 11:53 p.m., 7 minutes to midnight.
Yeah.
We're leaving the church. You guys know, Wednesday night, Bible study night.
Hello there.
What?
I said hello there.
So,
Hola.
we're heading home. Probably get home at about 12:20. And, let's see.
We got to be up early tomorrow, sort of, huh?
Well, I got to do a bike ride. Got to get up at 6 in the morning. So that's what I did today. And, guys, it's been so hot. A weird hot. I don't even know how to describe it.
You know what's weird is a lot of people have been having some really bad migraines, a lot of headaches with this heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put the mic high enough.
I have it up high.
Okay.
I noticed that it sounded really, really distorted the other day. So I put it up high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially because we're in the car.
Yeah.
So anyways, guys, I had to get up at 6 in the morning in order to do a ride before the heat. Like, seriously, like it gets hot early. And I think I was done. I left the house at 6:30. That's at sunrise. I was back, I think, by 8. Maybe a little bit before 8. So I'm going to do the same thing in the morning.
It's midnight now and it's almost 80 degrees still.
Yeah, which I know people in Phoenix, that's nothing to you. But for us, that's warm.
Yeah.
So we had a great Bible study, guys. Sharon was with the youth, so she didn't really get to, well, not really. She didn't sit in the Bible study because she was with the young people. But, man, we studied the King Josiah, which made us dive deep into a lot of the kings and the things that they were doing when they turned away from God. You know, and it was rich, you know. Josiah is not meant, there's not chapters and chapters on him, but we took a whole hour and barely touched his childhood.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I could tell the people that were there really liked it.
It's good.
It's just interesting stuff, you know. I always tell people, well, I don't know, I didn't make this up. I've heard it before for many times that if you don't know your history, you're bound to repeat it.
Yeah.
You know? And you know what was interesting? That, you know how I always set the stage?
Yeah.
And, oh, there's a future building.
I know.
How Israel split into two.
Yeah.
The southern kingdom and the northern kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And once they separated, it was easier for the enemies to conquer them. You know, so the only one that benefited from Israel splitting in two were the enemies. And I said, you know, what's interesting is that sometimes it feels like our nation is split in two.
Yeah.
Who does that benefit? Our enemies.
Yeah.
People that hate America, people that hate the freedoms we have and what we stand for. And it's just a trip, you know. It's how can a divided nation protect itself? And kind of that's what was happening back then, you know. They kept getting, the Assyrians would come, the Babylonians would come. Just it was a bad situation, you know. But what was cool is that, did you know that Josiah was prophesied 300 years before he was born?
No.
Yeah, it was interesting, and that's where we started off because I totally forgot about that until a little bit before we left to do the study. No, remember when I opened the Bibles?
Yeah.
That 300 years prior, one of the kings of Israel was giving an offering at an altar. And the Lord sent a prophet to tell him something. It never mentions the prophet's name. But the prophet goes over there and basically prophesies against the king and says that the Lord is going to send somebody named Josiah who will destroy these temples. And he will burn the bones of those that worship this idol on that altar. 300 years pass, and Josiah's born, and he does that.
Wow.
So that's kind of like, people are like, what? A lot of people didn't know that, and it was just interesting, you know. How'd it go with the youth?
Went good. You know, one of the young ladies, a friend of hers, you know, she's only 15, but they found one of her friends actually passed away in a vehicle.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and these are young people, you know, and it's really heartbreaking when you hear teenagers that pass away.
Yeah.
You know, and she was just, you know, she was a little heartbroken about that, you know, and it's really hard when you hear that. But today we worked on signs, you know, because, you know, these kids, a lot of these youth that are there now are fruit from our Monday night evangelizing. Yeah. And a lot of them that are coming, they're maybe on their third month of being there, and they're the fruit from Monday nights, and they love coming, and they've been coming, and so today was pretty much talking about how they're the fruit from that, and because of them being the fruit from that, they wanted to make signs, so we were making signs, you know, for Monday nights and for Saturday for the food giveaway, and it was fun.
Are they gonna help?
Yeah, they're gonna come and help. It's Saturday. It was awesome because one of the young men, you know, he doesn't even know English very well at all. He doesn't speak it. And but he loves coming regardless. He understands a little bit of English, but he doesn't speak it, and he loves being there. So he's like, can I do my sign in Spanish? So his sign says, "Pita por Jesús," and I love it because it's honk for Jesus in Spanish. You know,
Honk, yeah.
Yeah, honk for Jesus in Spanish, and I just love his
Pita, beep, beep.
Yeah, like Pita por Jesús, you know, and I just love his sense of humor because regardless of the fact that he doesn't understand English, or, you know, he doesn't speak it, but he can understand a little bit, you know. And the Bible that I gave him is a Spanish one, and he brings it. They bring their Bibles, and they just love coming. And I got to meet with one of the young ladies' moms today, which was really, really nice. And she wore her little house arrest T-shirt, and, you know, they love coming, and I'm just starting to see growth in them, you know, and just being able to talk to them and just minister to them is really, really nice. And being able to really just, I don't know, I just feel like there's a lot of growth in them, period. So they're excited about us being able to reach the kids across the street, the youth from the boxing gym, and they're excited about that event that we're going to be having, which is coming up in September. So they're excited that they're part of the little committee about putting it all together. So yeah, it's nice working. They love Laura a lot, which is really, yeah, they love Laura. So she's been helping a lot with the youth, and I think that they've gravitated a lot towards her. But yeah, it's just been it's been really nice. I miss Bible study, but it's definitely a blessing being in there with the youth.
Well, you were Bible study last week. The ending of Esther.
Yeah, I got to sit in at the ending for a little bit.
I'm kind of really enjoying, because for the last few years I've been doing whole books of the Bible.
Yeah.
But like the Esther, even though that's a book of the Bible, it was a short story. And then now Josiah, and I'm just like, is there other people that don't have a book, but they have an interesting story?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of like having fun with that.
Yeah, I think it's good though, because when you're able to talk about certain people and it doesn't have a book, I think it's important, because there's a lot of people that are very relevant to to the Bible that they don't have a book,
Like Samson?
Yeah, exactly. Or like the story of Tamar,
Yeah.
Because she was very, very relevant to the lineage of Jesus, and people just don't really truly know, like, this certain people that were part of the lineage of Jesus. And it's like, well, what do they have to do with, but they're in the Bible and they're huge to the certain lineage of Jesus. There's a certain women, there's actually there's 5 key women that are part of the lineage of Jesus. And it's like, but there's not very many books on the women of Jesus. There's not very many books on women. But there's 5 women to the lineage. And I think that's important, that people need to know certain things,
The 5 important ones, because there's women throughout, because...
Yeah, but there's the 5...
They wouldn't have had Jesus without women.
Well, I'm saying there's 5 key women,
that stand
though.
out.
Yeah, there's 5 key women.
Yeah.
That are very, very important. So there's just so much richness, and there's a lot of key people in the Bible that are not,
I'm not going that way again.
Oh, yeah, we'll get stuck. But yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think that is important.
What, Josiah is relative to David?
Yeah.
So Josiah is in the line of Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just interesting, and I'm like, okay, let's really dive into this. Really feel like I want people to feel like they know this person.
Mm-hmm.
And it just makes it so rich, and I mean, that's what the whole reason to study the Bible is.
Yeah.
There's a few new people. There was a brother on there. How some people have issues with women pastors.
Yeah.
Because people were being very interactive in the study. So Johnny was passing the mic around so people can hear them too,
Yeah.
And Al asked the question. He had the mic, and then Sister Lydia, But I said, oh yeah, Pastor Lydia.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody on there was like, Pastor Lydia, how is she a pastor?
Mm-hmm.
And I already knew where that was coming from, because how like a lot of people are.
Yeah.
It can be kind of controversial. But I said, Pastor Al and Pastor Lydia are husband and wife, and they're elders here in this church.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, okay. And it's like, she has her coverings, her husband.
Yeah.
And their covering is, I'm the pastor of the church,
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, I thought it was going to be an issue, and he's like, oh, I didn't know, And he just dropped it, I mean, hopefully it's somebody that subscribed to our channel and enjoys the videos that we do,
Yeah.
But there was a few people on there that I noticed were new. but they were there. I think they. Oh, sorry guys. I'm hoping they enjoyed it. You know. And then guys, on Friday, you know, as you know, we're part of a Grace International Church, and they have a quarterly meeting. And there's only 8 churches in the Northern California district that are Grace International, you know, and they choose a different one of our churches every time. Like, remember they did ours?
Yeah.
It's been a while though, huh? We're due. We're due for one. They've never been in this building.
Yeah, it's been about 4 years.
Yeah. You know, and but this one is in our furthest church, which is in Redding. I've never been in Redding. So we have that meeting Friday morning. It's going to be, it's always good to see the pastors. I'm looking forward to seeing Rick. It's been a while since we've seen Rick. He's the one that pastors
Reno
and Yerington. He pastors the 2 churches. One in Nevada and one in Reno's Nevada also. But yeah, man, good things, you know, and then we're looking forward to the regional conference in Oceanside in October, and that's always good too. The songs you guys are doing, is it for that, or it's gonna be later? Because the time's coming quick.
Yeah, I know. I don't quite know.
Oh, okay.
I know it's for one of the conferences, but I don't know which one it's for.
See, it's closed too. Remember I told you?
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna take this road.
Yeah, it's really cool, guys. I've been kind of working with. It's been such an honor and a privilege to be able to work with our Grace International worship pastors and leaders, and you know, a lot of the people that are involved in the music ministry, and it's been just pretty awesome to do some of the it's called the worship camps, where we all just come together, and we do it over Zooms, and what we do is we break out into groups, and we've been doing songwriting camps, and you know, they've decided that they want to write their own music, and we've been working on that together, and it was really, really awesome, because we did our first one while I was in Southern California, taking care of my daughter, and I was able to work with a group, and we kind of started writing our first song together. It was really, really awesome. I have never done that, or never been able to do that, and just to be with, you know, a few random people that I've never met, but that are, you know, amazingly skilled in their, you know, in their gift and everything, and just come together and just pray together and just be like, you know what, these are the gifts that we have, and we come together and say, like, listen, this is what I can do, this is what I can do, and this is what I can do, and just allow the Holy Spirit to lead us, and just start writing, and just start playing music, and just start singing, and boom, a song is formed, and it's beautiful, because God just brings it all together. And within a few hours, we have a song, and that's just something that I've never been able to do before, and I was able to participate in that, and it's something that we're going to continue to do. So I'm really, really excited about it, and that's something that we're going to continue to do together as a Grace International ministry. So just keep us in prayer, guys.
I got my 2 cents about it.
Yes, go right ahead.
You know, this has always been in my heart, because, as you know, I came out of the music industry. I was the music engineer for Darkroom Studios. I was a producer, one of a handful, one of like maybe a couple of us that were producing all the music. And I've always wondered, like, okay, the sermons are original. You know, every pastor is only worth his sermons are original. I ain't talking about the pastors that go online and buy sermons. You know, I'm talking about like everybody expects a pastor to preach his own sermons that the Lord gives him. And I've often wondered, then why do we sing worship that other people wrote? You know, and that's always been in my head, but guys, there's no way I'm not a musician. I'm not, you know what I mean? So I just kind of kept it to myself. You know, I mean, Sharon sings, but we don't know how to play instruments, you know? I'm very limited in producing. I can't play melodies like that and stack instruments like the way musicians do, you know? But that has always been in my head, like, why is it that we preach original sermons, but we sing other people's songs? So when Sharon approached me with this idea that the leaders, the worship leaders from Grace International were trying to get other worship leaders like yourself and say, you know what? Why are we singing other people's songs? Does not the Lord speak to us too? Yeah. You know, and my heart leapt for joy because that was confirmation of what I've always felt for years, you know. And when I got excited, I didn't understand how you guys were going to do it. I still don't understand because you were in LA when it happened, you guys, but I think that's amazing. I think it's long overdue. You know, it's beautiful to sing worship songs that we know that are popular or whatever, but does not God give a word here?
Yeah.
Does not God give a song here? You know, the Bible says that when Moses and them crossed over to the Red Sea and the Red Sea drowned the Egyptians, the Bible says that Miriam and the women sang a new song. Mm-hmm. That's what it says, you know, and I don't know. I just think that's awesome what you guys are doing. I like the song you guys, the little bit you showed me. I'm excited to hear it fully, you know, with full instrumentation.
Yeah. You know, it was beautiful. You know, when I say this to encourage many of you that are out there, because if there's something in your heart, you just gotta put it out there, you know, guys, because, you know, I had written just a few lyrics, and I had written, you know, something that I felt in my heart, and you know, it was something very, very specific, you know, and I remember just sharing that day with my group, and I spoke my heart, and I said, listen, this is what the Lord gave me, and this is what I feel. And as I began to share those lyrics and began to share my heart, I got a little emotional because I was just like, you know what, you know, these are the words that I feel that the Lord is speaking, and this is what I'm feeling in my heart. And as I began to share my heart and everything, immediately we started to write everything down. And as we began to write everything down, it seemed like the song just started to come together, and we started to put those lyrics down and we began to sing them. And that's where the song just started to form. And guys, you know, and sometimes that's exactly what the Lord wants. The Lord wants to hear our hearts, you know. He just wants to hear our hearts. And sometimes that is a new song. What's in our heart is a new song, you know, and that's what he's speaking to us. What's in our heart is a new song, because it's a new day, it's a new song, you know. I mean,
is God limited to giving new sermons only? You know, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. If God is the author of every sermon, is he not the author of every song?
That's right. You know.
So it's up to us to say, Lord, use me.
Yeah.
Use me. Yeah. Give me your words that I may sing on the rooftops.
That's right.
You know, and most stories, most good worship songs have powerful stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so many that I, you know, just remember. A lot of them, like the singer lost his child or almost did, and then a song of worship came out of it, and yeah, I'm just really excited about that, and
That's so true. I realized, like, when Matthew, my son, every time he would sit in front of a piano, and when I would hear him compose the most beautiful music and everything, it would always be right after he would lose a friend, or whenever he would be going through something really heavy. I would always see him sitting in front of a piano, and I would hear the most beautiful music come forth, and it would be because of something he would be going through. And sometimes I would be like, man, it's his heart, his emotion, everything coming out when he'd play, and sometimes, it's a person's heart comes forth in music.
yeah,
They put it all their emotion, everything comes out whenever they're singing, whenever they're playing music, whenever they're doing, because that's what music does to you. It really does.
no, I agree.
Yeah.
Lyrics, music, paintings, art,
Yeah.
stories,
It's all a form of expression.
books,
Yeah.
all of it can be used to worship God. Movies, film, production, plays, dance,
Yeah.
all of it. How dare we give any of that to Satan? We need to take that back and bring it into the kingdom and use it for what it was purposed for, because God's the one that gives talents.
That's right.
All talent is God-given, and so all of that, everything, all these different ways of art is a way that we can worship God. Like the youth that they did their little posters,
Yeah.
and they did their little posters. One put a chicken on it, one put, but they had a reason for it,
Yeah.
and that was
Yeah.
that's a form of worship.
Yeah.
It is. They what they didn't realize, what these young people were realizing as they were doing these Christian poster boards, is they were worshiping.
Yeah. That is a form of expression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and all art and every aspect of art is meant to worship God. Even the wood carver,
Yes.
the carpenter, did not Tomas worship God when he built the stage?
Yeah.
Was that not a man saying, I don't know how to preach, I don't know how to evangelize, but I know how to do things with wood.
Yeah.
Lord,
Abraham burning the wood.
yeah, I'm going to do this unto you, Lord.
Mhm.
It's a form of worship, guys. Whatever you do at your job, that's why do you think the Bible says that everything you do it unto the Lord?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Do you want to go to work for a paycheck? Or do you want to go to work because you love the Lord? Say, Lord, I'm going to give it to you. And the paycheck is a blessing from you. But what I do, I'm going to do it as a form of worship to you.
That is so true. Guys, I got
Cooking.
off. Yes, I got offered. I was just
Okay.
about to mention that. Guys, I got offered a position cooking. As a chef. For 2 days. They wanted to offer me full time, but you guys know that I cannot take a full time with full time ministry. It would be impossible for me to do it. But I was just so excited about this position, guys, because I am going to be a chef for a center. And I got excited about this, guys, because I told the lady this. I'm excited because if it would have been for a restaurant, I probably would have not definitely taken it. I told her I gladly accept because it is for a center. Because number one, my passion is cooking. I love to cook. And my second passion is serving people. being a service unto others, and the fact that this is an organization that is for a rehab, and that I'm going to be assisting others, and it's for a program. I'm excited. But if it would have been just a regular job, working, for a regular restaurant and being a chef for that, I probably would have not enjoyed it, guys, because I don't want to just do it for, as a job, an obligation. There has to be a purpose as to why I'm cooking. It has to serve a purpose. When you get to a point in my life, if I'm going to do something, I have to serve a purpose. I don't want to no longer cook for just no reason. I want to cook to have a reason, a purpose as to why I'm doing it. And today, when I went over there to pick up my paperwork, the lady was telling me, I can't wait for you to be here, and the gentleman that is going to be here, we're really, really excited for him to meet you as well. He probably, doesn't do as much as like what you do, and I said, you know what? Well, then I'll teach him. I'll show him. And she's, oh, you wouldn't mind doing that? Absolutely not. I would love to, I have the patience to do that. I would love to teach him the things that I know how to do, because this is what it's about, It's not about competition or anything. I would love to teach him, because, man, I want to be a blessing, guys. I want to be a blessing, and man, if I can teach somebody to do the things that I do, I would love to, I love ministry, guys, and we're there to minister, and we're there to be a blessing, and we're there to be a servant unto the Lord. And I just got excited, but I'm going to be able to do that, and then I'm going to be able to not just feed people food, but I'm going to be able to feed them spiritually too,
Yeah.
So guys, keep me in prayer because I've never done that before, but I've always been a chef for my own family and everything and for our church, but I'm excited.
All right, guys, I know you can't see us at all. I apologize for that, but we are here.
I'm right here.
And we're going to end this.
David's right there.
We are going to end this.
Right
it is 12:25. I need to get to bed. I need to wake up at 6 in the morning and do this ride. And, all right, guys. So God bless you. Hopefully you enjoyed something. You got something out of this. Hopefully,
we love you guys.
Hopefully you had a chance to watch the Bible study. And see you tomorrow. God bless.
Bye, guys.